Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a very specific kind of daily chaos, the relentless, high-pressure world of field service operations. Look, if you're running a plumbing or electrical business, you already know that keeping your technicians, dispatchers, and customers all perfectly in sync, well, it requires a minor miracle most days. You're constantly battling the clock, the elements, and honestly, you're usually battling your own software, too. So we're going to break down exactly why Chameleon-CRM is the ultimate operating system built specifically for the ground realities of plumbing and electrical work. Okay, let's dive into this. Think about how much revenue you're actually losing to missing parts and delayed invoices. It's a massive, agonizing headache when you're managing active vans and field teams. I mean, how many times has one of your plumbers arrived knee-deep in a flooded basement only to realize they're missing a standard PVC fitting? Or how often does a job finish perfectly, but then the invoice just gets completely lost in some stack of paper forms on the dashboard, delaying your payment by days or even weeks? These aren't just minor annoyances, right? They are literally massive leaks in your cash flow and your operational efficiency. For a really long time, the industry standard has been what we kind of call the legacy CRM way. We're talking about platforms like Service Titan or House Call Pro. Now, these legacy systems often forced your business into these really rigid preset boxes. And, they suffer from sluggish interfaces the minute they're under a heavy load. But the biggest issue, they completely lack native hardware parts validation loops. Basically, they don't actually track the physical parts sitting in the back of your vans, which forces your crews to rely on messy, disconnected spreadsheets. Now, contrast that with the Chameleon way. Chameleon dynamically generates custom, adaptive layouts and calculates constraint pricing right there on the technician's tablet screen. It even uses a secure escrow GPS lock. This digitally locks the payment to the exact location of the job, so customers literally can't file fraudulent chargebacks later. It's just a completely dynamic, lightning-fast approach. Now, what's really interesting about this is that Chameleon isn't just a standard piece of software. It's an adaptive intelligence OS. And that is exactly why it's a game changer for specialized trades. See, most software out there forces you to adapt to it. You have to learn its terminology and its weird workflows. Well, Chameleon does the exact opposite. If you run an electrical business, the system instantly molds itself to your specific world. It adopts electrical terminology, wiring inventory rules, and compliance layouts. It doesn't force an electrician to use software that was clearly built for a landscaper. It behaves exactly like it was built exclusively for your team from day one. Let's ground this in some real-world data, because this is huge. Jetstream Plumbing achieved a massive 35% profit increase simply by deploying Chameleon. 35%. Now, how do you get a jump like that without just arbitrarily jacking up your prices and making your customers angry? You do it by ruthlessly slashing your field idle times. Here's exactly how Jetstream pulled that off. We all know this classic, frustrating narrative, right? A plumber gets dispatched to a job, opens the van doors, and, surprise, the specific copper fittings they need have just vanished into thin air. Cue the hour-long frustrating detour to the supply house while the customer sits there fuming. Well, Jetstream completely solved this missing copper fittings problem. They did it by linking their vans directly to Chameleon's real-time inventory catalog. So now, the software actively audits parts right within the shift. It syncs with the live catalog, meaning the dispatcher knows exactly what's actually sitting in that van before the plumber is ever even routed to the job. No more supply house detours. The job gets done on the very first trip, period. But hey, it's not just about efficiency. If you're an electrician, efficiency is great, sure, but safety? Safety is literally life or death. Check this out. Voltcraft Electrical achieved a staggering 99% compliance rate across their field teams by using Chameleon. When you're out there dealing with dangerous, high-voltage systems, taking safety steps is absolutely non-negotiable. So the crucial point is how Chameleon enforces this. It literally makes it impossible for anyone to cut corners. The software will lock a job from closing until the technician physically validates these critical quality control checks off-site. Let's walk through it. First, they have to snap a pre-construction safety hazard photo. Next up, they must manually verify the capacitor clearance volts with a multimeter grounding check. Then they actually require the customer to authorize the cleanup with a walkthrough. And finally, they capture a digital signature consent right on the touchscreen. If every single one of those isn't checked off, the job cannot be marked complete. The system simply won't let the tech move on. It is an ironclad quality control guarantee. All right, let's take a step back for a second and look at the daily friction that just drives operators absolutely crazy. Are you tired of field techs forgetting passwords and constantly needing login resets? Seriously, think about it. You've got a field tech, they're wearing thick safety gloves, or maybe their hands are just covered in pipe grease. They cannot easily type a 12-character password on a cracked phone screen. Passwords absolutely kill field service productivity. The solution here is absolutely brilliant. A completely passwordless magic link workflow. It's incredibly simple, and this brilliantly illustrates how you can just eliminate the friction. Step 1. The dispatcher initiates the technician's shift right from the control console. Step 2. The server immediately fires a secure custom SMS token link directly to the tech's phone. Step 3. The tech literally just taps the link. That's it. Instant portal activation. There are no clunky app downloads, no fumbling to type out complex passwords with dirty wet hands. You just tap and you work. This workflow alone eliminates 95% of login confusion and delays. It's huge. Let's see how this builds into the perfect live dispatch workflow. When you remove all that friction, you get this flawless end-to-end operational flow. We start at minute 0. A ticket is created and a tech is instantly assigned based on their specific skill set and location. Boom. By minute 2, that passwordless magic link is sent out. Moving on to minute 15, the tech is en route and the system has active turn-by-turn GPS tracking running. And by the way, the customer can actually track this via a companion link without having to download an app, kind of like tracking a rideshare. Then, by minute 60, the work is done, the digital signature is captured on the touchscreen, and instant billing is initiated. It's a beautiful thing. Now, bringing everything together financially is usually where those legacy CRMs totally fall apart. But Chameleon's flexible payroll engine handles the chaos seamlessly. It adapts effortlessly to the incredibly complex pay structures that are totally unique to trade businesses. So whether you have hourly staff techs on a straight $45 an hour for HVAC maintenance, or maybe a commission division where sales estimators take 15.5% of revenue, or even emergency subcontractors working on job share flat rates, the system handles it. The ledger tracks all of it automatically the exact second the technician locks the checklist out in the field. And this brings us to the incredible macro impact of all of this. Across 6,500 active crews, Chameleon has saved over 14,200 hours of administrative bloat. I mean, that's literally years of saved time. But honestly, the absolute most vital stat right here is the billing latency. It is under 15 minutes. Because Chameleon natively integrates with Stripe Connect, transactions immediately map directly into your accounts receivable. The moment that digital signature is captured in the field, the invoice is generated, the customer pays, and those funds are moving to your bank account before your technician even backs the van out of the driveway. It is that fast. So we've seen how adapting directly to your workflow, ensuring uncompromised safety compliance, and removing literally every ounce of software friction can completely transform your day-to-day operations. So here is the question you really need to ask yourself today. Are you ready to stop paying inflated enterprise prices for rigid legacy systems and start running your plumbing or electrical business like a modern powerhouse? The tools to automate your daily chaos are sitting right in front of you. It's time to adapt.